Okay, what is up, everybody? Oh, I'll do that. I just want to play one quick game. I got a new webcam. I hope you guys can hear me. Turn the game sound on. I just want to play one quick game. But first, let me set up the stream name, because I'm not playing my Golduck deck. I am playing my Krokorok deck. And this deck kind of started out because one of the missions was to get it was one of the dark missions to, get however much, 700 damage or whatever dark evolutions or whatever. So I just made a deck. First, it started out with a Alolan Raticate and Krookodile deck. It started off with a Alolan Raticate. It started off with Alolan Persian and Krookodile as my Pokemon. And then I realized the Alolan Persian kind of sucked, so I took it out. Alolan Raticate is pretty good, but I feel like it was just not ever really working right, because you need to have Pokemon on your bench, so the more Pokemon you have on your bench, the more cards you can draw, and I just wasn't getting enough Pokemon on my bench. So I ended up editing that out, and as you can see here, I got the Umbreon going. And I think the Umbreon works pretty well because this deck uses 4 double colorless. And the reason I have that is because all of the entire Sandile line can use double colorless for their attacks, and so can Umbreon. So that'll get them set up pretty easily. So the whole Sandile line has pretty decent attacks for double colorless, but they're not. Obviously, their second attack is way better at 60, but discarding a random card can come in handy. It's kind of weird how the Krokorok works against the Krookodile, because his first attack does 20 for each card in the opponent's hand. However, the good thing about that is that you can end, and you can get them back up to 6 cards, so it's not that much of an issue. And your opponent's going to tend to draw a lot of cards anyway, or if they use Professor Sycamore, if they use their own end, they can end up having a lot of cards in their hand. There's certain decks that this kind of does crappy against, and I forgot what Pokemon it was, but there's a card that wasn't Yanma. It was some sort of either grass or bug type that gets, I think it's for 2 colorless, they can do this attack. The thing is, if you have the same amount of cards as your opponent, you can use the attack for free. And so that deck really killed me. What other decks have I gone against? I guess there's certain decks that kill me, like the Water Box deck, I think it's called, with Lysandre. It's really annoying. But this deck has been doing surprisingly decent against, in situations where I thought I was going to lose. I somehow managed to mount a comeback. So that was pretty cool. Let's see how many wins I have. What's the ratio? Wins since last edit 15, played since last edit 22, overall played, overall wins. I mean, the deck changed a lot, so I lost a lot at the beginning. I don't know if I'm winning more now. It doesn't feel like I'm winning that much more now. It's kind of like at a 50% rate, but I gotta say, every time I play this deck, I have a lot of fun. So At least there's that. So let's look at what's in it. So obviously we got the Sandile, Krokorok, and Krookodile line. That's like the bread and butter. I'm going with a 4-2-3. I kind of want a 4-2-4. Obviously I'm using the rare candy. Over here I'm using 2 rare candy. I just think this deck works pretty well with the double colorless energy. With the rare candy, I've got 1 heavy ball and 2 ultra balls, and that's mostly because, like, I would put 3 heavy balls in there, but the only one that can use it is the Krookodile. Before the Alolan Eradicate was able to use it, but now it's only Krookodile, so it's not always what I need. So that's why I have the Ultra Ball. I have 2 level balls because that'll get me everything else. As soon as I get the Eevee, I just put a Dark Energy on since I have so many, and I'll get the Umbreon right away, so that's not that much of a problem. I don't remember if it was Garbodor or if it was something else that disables abilities, but that got kind of annoying. But you know, once I have my Krookodile out, and like, he does a lot of work pretty quickly. But the problem is not quick getting them out. There was one game that I actually had 3 of them out, and it was amazing. But again, like, that was a game that was just like lopsided. So I don't really know what to say about that. Okay, so that's Krookodile. I have Umbreon. I feel like this is a solid card. It's not super strong, but it's got good HP. The Dark Call GX. Like, I end up using that like at the beginning of the game because somehow I always fall behind, and that kind of brings me closer to being like on a level playing field. Doesn't always, but it's pretty good. And I think this strafe works pretty well because for some reason they always have something that destroys Umbreon, and I end up just strafing out. And so since Krookodile, they all have a pretty high retreat cost, I ended up going with Floatstone. So I think I've got 2 of those. I was using Switch at first, and I think Escape Rope, but Floatstone just works so much better because you need them. Like, their retreat cost is so high, you don't want to be throwing away that much energy ever. So if you want to retreat, you can retreat multiple times with the Floatstone. And then I could also use that on Umbreon. I mean, 2 is not that bad, but it's nice to have the Floatstone. And like, the logic I made behind the Floatstone, besides being able to retreat multiple times, is that if you're confused or if you're poisoned, if you're burned, you can retreat. Did I miss one? No, you can retreat for any of those, and you can just get rid of the status. And the only time Switch is going to be better is when you're asleep or when you're paralyzed. So again, I mean, I guess I'm sacrificing that a little bit, but you know, you can't have it all, I guess. And then the last thing I have is Yveltal. And that's just because I think I have a Max Elixir, but I just don't feel like that works that well, because for the Eevee you want to actually put the energy on yourself so you can use Energy Evolution. It doesn't work with Max Elixir because it specifically says it has to be from your hand to this Pokemon. And I always found that by the time I was getting Max Elixir, I was already evolved, so it wasn't really working on the Krookodile line that well. So I kind of felt like I needed another basic, and I went with 2 Yveltal. So I think that brings me up to 9 basic total. So we got 4, 3, and 2, right? So that brings me up to 9 total. And he's a pretty solid basic. since he can get the energy from the discard pile. I do end up getting him a lot at the beginning of the game, and that's kind of annoying when that happens, but I think he's a pretty good pick. So yeah, that's it as far as Pokemon go. Trainers, well, let's go to energy. Before I had dangerous energy, which does, I think that does 20 to any EX Pokemon that attacks the Pokemon with dangerous energy attached. But I found that people aren't really using that many EXs anymore, and people kept removing it with either enhanced hammer or something, and I couldn't retrieve it with energy retrieval or with Yveltal. So I was just like, you know what, let me just use dark energy, and it's pretty good. 9 seems to be working pretty decently. Maybe I could bring it down to 8 and probably throw another trainer in. I don't know, like I haven't really experimented too much with the amount of energy I have, except that I used to have like 12 or like something higher than that, but I feel like 9 works pretty decently. Alright, so as far as trainers, of course we have the usuals. We got N, we have Sycamore, we have Lysandre, and we have Versus Seekers. So now I'm up to 2 Versus Seekers, since I was able to trade for them before. Energy retrieval, I'm not sure if it exactly fits super well into this deck, so I only have 1. Since I have the Yveltal, that helps a lot. But I always like to have an energy retrieval, just in case. I don't know, it's probably bad, but I have it. And Max Elixir, it's situational. I probably don't really need it in the deck, but it's there. I feel like I get Super Rod out way too often, but when I get it at the right time, it helps a lot because it helps me recycle either a Krookodile or an Umbreon, and that's pretty helpful whenever I need it. And again, depending on what trainers I end up using up, it could be good to get a Krokorok back in as well, just because, you know, like that's why I have the Evosoda and the Wally. I only have 1 of each. I mean, I kind of consider them the same card, but if you get both out at the same time, you can use both. You can use Evosoda first and then Wally, which is really good. So that's why I have 1 of each. And also the fact that Wally's a supporter, can't really use them. Might not be able to use them if you already, like if you used an N to draw a new hand or a Sycamore. So that's why I only have 1. However, with the Versus Seeker, I could use it up to 3 times, and you know, that could be helpful. Alright, so trainers on Acro Bike are pretty self-explanatory. They're basically a card to thin out your deck. It's a card to get a card, so they're always pretty good. Oh, and with the Acro Bike, if I can throw out a dark energy, that will help with the Yveltal. So that's another reason why it's useful. Rare candy, I probably want more rare candies. Maybe 3 would probably be the ideal. It's really helpful to have the rare candy in the heavy ball or the ultra ball. Otherwise, it gets kind of hard. Like sometimes I'll have the rare candy, but I won't have the Krookodile. So, and then like I'll have to use Professor Sycamore, and I'll either have to throw away a Krookodile or a rare candy. So it doesn't always end up working. Hold on a second. I was doing something before, and now I don't see it. Maybe it's on. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, Jesus. All right. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 second. I thought I had changed this. Did I close the window like an idiot? I think I did. All right. I'm uploading a video. I guess that's gonna be hard to do while streaming. It's okay, it'll work somehow. And if not, I'll be quick with the stream. Alright, yeah, so alright, the rare candy, Professor's Letter. I feel like that card is always good. Maybe that's just me. I guess I don't really need 2 energy at a time, so maybe it'll be better to put energy in. Who knows? Delinquent is just like my stadium control. And like sometimes it works well with the Krokorok. But again, like discarding their hand kind of hurts the Krookodile, so who knows? And yeah, the rest of them I kind of mentioned already. Alright, so let's get going with this. I'm just gonna play one game, win or lose. Hopefully I don't decide to change my mind when I lose. Oh, okay, so I'm already up to the Sun and Moon pack. I've been playing a bit. I think I've mostly been using my Golduck deck though. Actually, I think I've been using this deck more. Okay, so I just want the cam to cover up the person's name, even though they probably showed it before already. Whatever. This music is so funny. Okay, so we got the Volcanion and we got the Flareon. This is kind of an annoying deck, but I think if I could get the Krookodile out, we're good. So I'm just gonna attach an energy. Trainer's Mail. I think I should just end. So let me use the Acro Bike. Or shoot. Alright, so I'm gonna have to end next turn. But again, we already got the Krookodile out. If I end, he's gonna draw 6, and then I'll get rid of one of his cards. So this is gonna be good, I think. I think I'm gonna save the Trainer's Mail just cause I just have a feeling a supporter is gonna come out and it's just gonna be a waste. Oh great. I hate Mewtwo so much. And the fact that he has the Flareon and the Mewtwo in the same deck, oh my god. It's so annoying. But yeah, man, the Mewtwo is so annoying. But it's possible to play well with him, with the Krookodile. Damn, I wish he didn't put it down. I would have freaking ended him. And this is probably a bad time to use N because he's probably going to draw energy for the Mew too. But, you know, at this point, I don't care, man. Alright, so I think I'm going to Acro Bike. I don't need to use Professor's Letter. Alright, damn, I'm throwing away Umbreon, but I feel like it's worth it. Because we need to start doing damage pronto. Yes, got rid of a Psychic Energy. So the good thing about Krookodile is he does a massive amount of damage. And as you can see, like, by the time I'm evolving him, he's already at 3 energy. So he's going to be killing it next turn. So the fact that I got rid of one of his cards doesn't matter. Oh, here comes Mewtwo. And then Mewtwo does 30 times the amount attached to him. So he can start doing damage pretty quickly. And that's what I really hate about Mewtwo. Alright, so the good thing now is that I got this double colorless. I'll be able to put it on this guy. And he'll be ready to attack pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna finish this guy off. Grab my prize. Hopefully something good. My boy Yveltal. So if Krookodile dies, I'll be able to Yveltal the energy back onto, damn it, another Mewtwo and an energy retrieval. So this is bad. The Mewtwo is already gonna start destroying me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do max damage next turn so that he's not using, well, see, that's the thing. I'm done because Jesus. And of course I get another Yveltal out. So next turn I'm gonna have to, I might have to Sycamore right now. Yeah, see, because if I damage Mewtwo, he's already got enough to do the damage swap. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna save that for when I bring out one of these other guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna shit. Alright, fuck it. I am gonna use my Sycamore right now. Bring the Umbreon back, bring this back. I think that's all I can do. Sycamore. I will feel very happy if I get the Krokorok out. So good. So now I can actually retreat with the Float Stone. Get Yveltal out. Evolve this guy. Now I have the Evosoda for next turn, so I don't have to waste the Ultra Ball. And he can do the damage to Yveltal if he wants. Oh shit. Damn, I forgot about that. It's okay. So next turn I can get Umbreon out, and I can evolve to Krookodile. And I could get rid of 3 of his cards. So I'm gonna do all 3 of those things next turn. I really hate the Mewtwo though. It's ridiculous, man. If I could do 30 more damage to it, though, I could set up a Krookodile for the kill. So right now he's gonna have 60 damage. So even if he does the damage swap, no, he's not gonna want to do the damage swap. So even if he does the damage swap, though, he's gonna take damage, so he's not gonna do it. So all I have to do is do 30 damage, and the next turn I'll bring the Krookodile in. So this could be good. So now I'm getting rid of 3 cards in his hand, and for some reason they always take forever to decide this. And so he's not going to be able to power up either one of his Mewtwo or Flareon. So I'm fine with that. Ooh, he has a Mew also. Okay, so still my turn. I'm going to get my other Krookodile out. Hopefully that scares him. And I use my energy on Umbreon, so I'm going to have to do Oblivion Wing. So now either Mewtwo does something, or he heals, or he's done next turn. He does have a Pokemon Center Lady, so if he gets that another one out, or versus Seeker, good. So Yveltal, thank you for the sacrifice. And here comes my Krookodile. Time for some wreckage. Alright, so I'm gonna start powering. No, I'm gonna get the Umbreon ready so he can do Dark Call GX. Just in case, because that's gonna destroy the Flareon or the Mewtwo. So I think this is pretty much it for this guy. I would bring up Nidorino if I was him. I would have brought up the Nidorino. I would have started powering up the Mewtwo on the bench. But that's just me. Ooh, the resistance. Got him. Okay, so I think I'm going to save my N. and keep attacking with this guy, with Krookodile, and have the Umbreon as backup. So he's not going to be able to do damage change. If he doesn't end up killing this guy, then he's done for. If he does, I can Professor for another energy. I think that's pretty much a wrap. At some point, I might have to Lysandre in the Nidorino. I think Mewtwo is a bigger threat than the Flareon, to be honest. So I myself would have saved the Mewtwo. I would have brought up Nidorino. Of course, this guy could just be a bad player and doesn't know how to play his Mewtwo properly. But how did it do 30 this time? I have no idea, to be honest. And actually, I don't care. So I'm gonna level ball another Krookodile out. Another Sandile, I mean. And I think I'm going to Sycamore for more energy. And that's my mom calling me. Hello. Okay. Okay. Bye. Alright. Am I still... Did I mute? It didn't... I don't think it muted. So, I'm gonna get these three guys back. I am going to Trainer's Mail. Lysandre's gonna come in handy. I am going to attach an energy. And I am going to... Wait, did I put the Krokorok back in? Yeah, right. So I could get him next turn. That's pretty much a wrap for this guy. I'm gonna Shadow Bullet the Flareon. So he has very little chance of surviving. Even with a double colorless, he's not going to be able to do enough damage against Flareon, against Umbreon. Sorry guys, I don't mean to sound like a nerd. And that's a wrap. I mean, at that point it was just too much for him. I had the Umbreon ready. Whatever energy, I could just Dark Claw off, and I would have killed the Flareon. No, I would have Lysandred in the Nidorino. That would be a wrap. So that was a good game with this deck. I think I got kind of lucky with the Mewtwo, just because of the timing of how I was able to hit him before he used the damage swap. But yeah, that worked out pretty awesome, and I'm glad I got it recorded because I could watch it over and just kind of do the same thing again. Alright, so that's the stream. Thanks for watching. I'll see you some other time. Bye.